Shout out to Dark Visitor for sending me this story. And as y'all can see by the headline, by the title, this is very, very, very brutal in what you're watching right now. And it's crazy because I actually had, my dad had reached out to me and he had asked me, did I hear about this? And I was like, no, I did not. And then I go onto Twitter and I get a DM from Dark Visitor and he sends me this story. And then I was like, that's the same one my dad was telling me about. And it was very brief. He didn't really go into detail about it. But as you can see right here, it says personal trainer arrested after his 2 children were found decapitated. Now, they did give the name of the father, but they don't have his picture up as of right now. And I don't know if they're going to put his picture out there. They need to. But his name is Maurice Taylor Sr. That is his name. So I'm going to go ahead and get into this article. It was posted on December 6th, 2020. A personal trainer dad has been arrested after 2 of his children were found decapitated at their home. Firefighters from the Los Angeles County Fire Department attended a property in Century Circle, Lancaster, California, after reports of a gas leak. Once they arrived, they found the bodies of a 12-year-old boy and a 13-year-old girl. Detectives said the children were suffering from laceration and stab wounds when their bodies were discovered. The mayor of Lancaster, R.X. Paris, confirmed that both victims were decapitated. The Los Angeles Times reports it was pretty brutal, he said. Their dad, Maurice Taylor Sr., a personal trainer, was arrested on Friday and is being held in lieu of a $2 million bond. I keep telling people like this who do something like this does not need a bond. This man decapitated both of his children. Why is there a bond? I don't care that it's $2 million. There should be no bond. Now, how much you want to bet they're going to try, and they will try, to throw the mental illness card his way? I'm waiting on it. I'm waiting on it. Lieutenant Brandon Dean said the children's bodies were found in different bedrooms in the home. Dean added it was not clear for how long they had been dead, but said their deaths did not seem to be connected with a gas leak. Both parents were in the house when emergency services arrived. They were detained and brought in for questioning. The children's mom was questioned, but has not been arrested. I wonder why. It says they both were there. And the thing is, like, how was he able to do this and she not know? 2 other children in the home were apparently uninjured, but were taken to a hospital as precaution. LASD said it was working with the Los Angeles County Department of Children and Family Services to place the 2 surviving children, according to the Daily Mail. It is not clear what led to the children's death, but Taylor's client said they became concerned when he failed to show up for fitness sessions when he had been running over Zoom. Howard Curran, an attorney who saw Taylor for sessions for several years, said he called the Los Angeles County Fire Department at 7:34 a.m. on Friday as he was worried about a gas leak at his property. He recalled, "I said I am concerned. We are concerned about a possible gas leak. There are 4 children and 2 adults, and we are concerned about their safety." Of Taylor, Curran said, "Think of the nicest person that you know, then multiply that by 5. He worked so hard to support himself. Unfortunately, we don't know enough to say what happened or what didn't happen." Another client described the man as reliable and mellow. The town's mayor said the causes of the incident were being investigated, but there was a possibility that the closure of school and the effect the pandemic had on life created a tense environment. I was wondering if they was going to mention that, because when my dad was reaching out to me to tell me this, he did mention that part, that they said that due to everything that is going on this year with the pandemic, that's what drove him to do it. Now, there's no evidence to support that, but don't think for 1 second that they're not going to look into that as a possibility, which will help their case if they want to hit him with some kind of mental illness claim. Mr. Paris told the LA Times the social fabric of the country and the world has been shredded, and we are starting to see the aftermath. What I'm seeing is more and more people feeling desperate, and that can only have one result. The investigation is ongoing. Let's hypothetically say that was the reasoning as to why he did that. People out there are going to be in more fear to be around their loved ones. They probably run the risk to go out there and catch the COVID-19 than have it to be around their families. I mean, we heard stories about how they said domestic violence rates have gone up, like because, people are around their spouses for way too long than they want to be. I said a lot of marriages and relationships got tested this year But to go as far as to decapitate your 2 children, that doesn't scream to me that this all came from the pandemic. That doesn't say that. I said it's got to be more to it than that. I refuse to believe that. If that is one of the reasons, I only believe that to be a reason and not the main reason, if not the only reason that he decided to do this. Because everybody has gone through it this year. Like, there's no one on this earth who I don't think was not affected in some way or fashion by this pandemic. But not all of them are going around cutting off or beheading their children. So I think it's definitely more to it than that. And also, they need to investigate that mother, because at first I'm thinking that he was a single dad, or maybe, something like that, and he just had, kids with him. But they just mentioned that he was arrested and that she hasn't been. And she's in the house. It's not like she wasn't there. It's not like she was at the store or something like that as an alibi. She was there. So, and she had to have heard that. So they need to question her, and they need to bring her in for, to be investigated as well. Because as far as I'm concerned, by her being there, I'm leaning to believe that she has to be involved, because there's no way that you could decapitate 2 children. You're there and you're not arrested just because you did not personally do the beheading. No, they need to question her as well. But I'm going to go ahead and end the video off right here. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this down in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll talk to you in the next one.